Good afternoon, everyone. Hope you're having a great day. It's Rob. Let me go ahead and make sure you all can hear me. If you would please go ahead and type the number 1 in the comment section in the chat box. Let me know that you can. I would greatly appreciate it. Hey, hi, Brenda. How are you? John, feeling better without a doubt, for sure. Thank you. Diane, same thing. Definitely feeling better. Thanks, Jeff. Thank you, John. Yeah, PK, and hope COVID is going away. It is. For those of you that don't know, if you're in Power Option Plays or Cover Call Explorer, you would have seen it in the update this weekend. Yep, I caught it last week. Have no idea where. Had recently gotten a booster, so I think that was helpful. Symptoms were fairly mild, but I've still dealt with it since Tuesday of last week. Finished up my meeting this morning, and for the first time felt like getting outside and moving a little bit, and went for a walk about a half an hour and came back going, whoo, how many hours did I just walk for? So maybe pushing a little too much. Thank you, Kevin. Hey, Robert. Yeah, Easter was okay. I sat in my office. My family sat inside and they ate because that was my last day of confinement, total confinement, quarantine, right? We call it. Confinement is a better word for it. Thanks, Kevin. I appreciate it. But yeah, I am taking it slow, Linda. I mean, I don't have a choice. You know, I've got to do it that way. I try not to with everything I do. It's just 100 miles an hour with my hair on fire, right? Yeah, Brendan, no worries. No worries. Thank you for the prayers. Yeah, I called, and so many of you have said that. I called a friend of mine who did say, hey, man, I just found out I was positive, literally, as I'm leaving the urgent care that I had the test done at. And I said, all right, go ahead and say a prayer, man. Right then and there prayed. So it was just always awesome. I am getting better. Thanks, Chris and Erica. Thank you for that. Let's see. Lots of vitamin D. My doctor said 10,000 IUs 2 times a day for at least 2 weeks afterwards. I've got to be careful with that, Diane. I was taking 10,000 once a day. And I did it for 7 days, prescription grade a while back, and I was okay. But when I was on it for, over that week period of time, I actually was starting to get some symptoms from it. So, but I do take, I normally take 5,000 every day. And I did try to get outside some in our yard over this last week as well. So that was helpful. Yeah, definitely on the wellness road, Gene. Last night at 10 o'clock, I got out of the shower and I came to my office like, wow, I am just full of energy. What in the world happened? And I did like 8 hours worth of work in an hour and a half last night. 5,000 IUs of vitamin D is what I was talking about, Brenda. What Diane was saying is 10,000 twice a day for 2 weeks is what the doctor told her. I did overdose for those, and guys, here's, I think was a big part of it. If you know who the medical medium is, I did follow 2 of his protocols on zinc and vitamin C, a micro C. I was taking it 5 times a day. I inhale that stuff. I think that was a big part of it. But hey, doing better. I can tell you that, since even from Thursday, really haven't paid much attention to the market at all. It's just been too much worry and focus, not worry, but focus on just feeling better and trying to rest and all that good stuff, as well as you can, being confined to a room, right? When there's other people living in the house with you. So as we go in today, remember that everything we look at is for educational purposes only. Nothing is meant to be advice or recommendations. All right, so that's number 1. We've got a lot of stuff coming up, guys. So I don't know, she didn't pull this one off. So we got Monster Market Movers coming up on the 27th. Trading You is April 29th, guys. That just changed because I canceled Trading You last week. The makeup will be on the 29th. Mastermind is this Tuesday night. Power Hour and Training Coaches Playbook on regular schedule this week. E-minis to the max coming up on April 21st, which is Thursday. Brandon's doing both 12 and 8 p.m. And then Key to Be Free comes back again. It's been a long time since we've done it, May 1st. And here's the thing. We got past all the New Year's stuff. We got past all of the beginning of the year, and the resolutions and all that stuff. And now it's time to get serious. Some of you have looked back, you set your resolution, you may or may not have achieved what you were looking for. What Key to Be Free is going to do is help you to understand exactly what it will take to set you free. All right, May 1st, you may be looking at your calendar and, I think it's a Sunday, which is not right. Hold on a second. Yeah, it's a Sunday. That's not right. Well, let's see something here. Oh, all right. So let me do this for a second. All right. I'm going to put that back. And let me go back in and take a look at the calendar and see where I have it, because it's definitely not a Sunday. Who do I got in here? Hey, Lee, do me a favor. Reach out to Suzanne, find out what day Key to Be Free is on, because what's on the calendar here is incorrect and I'm not seeing it on my end. So if you could check that for me, I would appreciate it. Everybody, welcome Lee's brand new addition to our team here. Lee has been with us a couple of weeks now. He is doing fantastic. You'll talk with Lee as you're calling in. He's in customer support, doing a great job. So show some love to him if you would. Linda, I appreciate that. Thank you. It should, yeah, Chris, registration should be available. How do we attend the One Trade Away Challenge Monday evening session? Leslie, tell you what, Lee, when you get a chance, help Leslie with getting set up for tonight's One Trade Away Challenge, making sure that that they're all good to go there. All right, thanks everybody for the kind words for Lee. Appreciate that. So I'll find out what Lee's working on, trying to get me the right date for that. Power option plays, covered call export, e-mini, all on the regular schedule this week. Right, here's our follow us page. Make sure you follow along. By the way, we'll be back to market morning schedule tomorrow morning. I just did not want to push on a Monday with market mornings. We've got a marketing meeting right after that. We come right into Power Hour, into another meeting right after that. Monday is our busiest day, my busiest day of the week. So we'll be back to market mornings starting mañana, back tomorrow. Why are we? No, it shouldn't be. Hold on. I am at a loss here. I'm going to strangle somebody is what it is. So good catch, Kevin. I prefer not to do Fridays. Sometimes we do, but prefer not to do Fridays. So Kevin just said, hey, is it really? Let me just make sure I got the right document there. Is it really on Friday? And the answer is no, it's not Friday. It's Thursday. So let's see if they got it changed here. So it's wrong. It belongs on Thursday, the 28th is what we said. Thursday, the 28th is the date. So where is it? April 28th. All right. Still trying to find out here. So I want to strangle somebody. All right. Let me see. All right. Yeah, video, it could go viral. Oh my God. All right. So guys, we'll get it all figured out. Sorry about the confusion. My first day back, I got to snap a whip, I guess, a little bit to make sure we're back on the right track again. All right. So there's the follow us page, right? Trading the gap. You guys, we taught last week. You're going to see a link coming out to that shortly if it hasn't already gone out, where you can go back and access the training. And if you haven't seen it, go back and watch it before we kill it, because it won't stay for long. Right, there we go. So Lee said, thank you, Lee. Oh, all right. So I got to do it on this page here. Lee, do you have a link for that? For a key to be free? So April 30th and May, where'd it go? 2nd. All right. I don't know the times off the top of my head. May 2nd. All right. Is where it is. So maybe I could find it on my own calendar now. Nope. It's not even showing up on mine. April 30th, May 2nd. No, it's not even on my calendar yet. So, but that's the dates and times according to Suzanne. So, Lee got them for us. Registration for Key to Be Free is showing it is today. Yeah, that is a pre-recorded one, Chris. Just bear with me, guys. I got to figure out what the heck's going on. I will be beating some heads. My next meeting, actually, all the key players are going to be there. So not really sure. We'll figure it out. So what trades have you guys done today? Drop them in. Let's see what's going on. I have not done any trades today, guys. So that doesn't mean that I don't have some trades for you, but I have not done any today. So go ahead and drop them in. No, it is a Saturday, Diane. That's exactly. I wanted it on one on a Saturday. Yep. Absolutely is a Saturday. Yeah. Yeah, I did them when I first started doing those. I was doing them every Saturday. We did about 5 or 6 of them that way. Good attendance. So I was happy with that. Let's see. All right. So, yeah, no, Will, I definitely feel better. I definitely feel better, without a doubt. Diagonal spread on AA. John said, great. Erica said, no trades. But June calls on NVIDIA. Nice. Kevin, good. Key to Be Free is going to be on a Saturday. April 30th is a Saturday. That's the Key to Be Free on April 30th. John said, none, getting set up with the gap flow strategy and finding a new charting platform. What platform are you using now, John? Yeah. Leave the gun, take the cannolis, Robert. Exactly. Yeah. $120 on the Qs. Nice, Brenda. Good job. Good job. All right. So we've got some trades. Many of you know that Amelia is our head trader, right? And some of you have heard that she is retiring, right? And it's semi-retiring is really what's happening there. She'll still be around, but she's going to back away and kind of enjoy life a little bit and get to trade a little bit more and so forth. John, are you in Canada with IB? Where do you live? Yeah, Brenda. Yes way. Yeah, Canada. So you're very limited there. What you can do. I hear you. It's a massive platform. Interactive Brokers. I guess what I dislike more about it is not the platform as much, but it's the customer service. When I was with the last company we were with, I said, hey, I want to move 5,000 customers over to you. What will you do for them? We didn't want money for us. We weren't looking for an affiliate fee. What will you do for us? And they said, nothing. We get more than 5,000 people sign up a day anyway, so we don't really care. Like, wow, okay. You just told me how important your customers are to you. And then I think they offered us some swag. We'll give you a t-shirt. I'm like, yeah, no, you can keep your shirt. For us, not to everybody, for us, right? Chris said 75% on the SPY, managing the Qs, mRNA, NVAX, AND, and AXP. And American Express, maybe. Okay, nice. Good job, Chris. All right. Yeah, there you go. Congrats, Amelia. You've been a great help to you, Brenda, and many others. John said the option entry is okay, but the charting is bad. Yeah. I fully understand. I fully understand. You know, part of the, and I gotta get this thing worked on. Part of the way around it, guys, is if you're in Canada, you could set an entity up in the US. I would set it up in Wyoming because of the cost is very low. You could set up in Wyoming, Nevada. You know, those are the two states that I would encourage you to do. No state tax. And you can open the account there, and you can then look to potentially trade out of that. So, yeah, she is great, Karen, without a doubt. Amelia is fantastic. So here's one of the two trades from her today. Yep, there you go. Ed said, thank you, May, for all that you've done for me. You'll be missed. And she's not going anywhere just yet, but, you know, we'll have a little party for her before she goes. We're going away. We'll do something, but thanks, Lee. I'm just wondering if that's the link we want. All right, so here's one of the trades that she did today. It was a vertical spread on WHR. All right, she did a bear call spread. Okay, and you can see from a timing standpoint, she was in at 10:02 in the morning. Okay, and you can see the arrow where it shows where she sold. Let me grab a drawing tool. Right? Oh, great. My color is white. It's going to work well, Rob. Right there is the candle she sold on. And she sold the credit spread. She took in a 90-cent credit on the spread. She did the 172 half 175s. Right? Let me see something real quick. And she's already got it published or posted. So this was one of her 3 trades that she put out on Trade Watch Alerts today, guys, is Whirlpool, right? She bought it back 26 minutes later. She exited the trade for a debit of 43 cents. What does that mean? Cash in was 90 cents. Actually, that's not true. Hold on. Let me clear that off. Cash in her pocket was how much? Take 90 minus 43, 45, 47 cents. 47 cents is the cash in. Cash out was the difference of the 2 strike prices, 2.5, right? Which basically minus the 47. So she needed to have 203 is what her cash out was. So when you look at the rate of return, right, we're talking about 29% in 26 minutes, right? Which is outstanding. I bet most of you would be real excited to be able to make 29% in 26 minutes, right? And this is just one of the 3 trades that she put out today. She puts 3 every day, right? Not everyone goes off, and that's okay. We don't need everyone to go off, right? But you got the setups in there of what to do. And those of you that are in Trade Watch Alerts, as Amelia does get closer to retirement, you're going to start seeing some more beefing up of the things that we're going to do inside of Trade Watch Alerts. Her and I have already talked about some changes that we're going to make, additions we're going to do to it. And anybody that's in Trade Watch Alerts will get to take advantage of that immediately. At that point, just as an FYI, once we do add all of these things, these pieces to it, we probably do raise the price for anybody new. So just keep in mind that Lee, do me a favor, drop a link in for Trade Watch Alerts, please. Keep in mind that there is a trial on Trade Watch Alerts, guys, so you want to take advantage of that. Thanks, Lee. Appreciate it. And trade number 2 today was on CF. All right, so let's see. So CF was the second. Well, there were 3 of them. So that was 2 of the 3 that she put in today. Was CF was the next one. So 9:54 was the entry time on CF. She did a vertical spread, another 3 contracts, right? And keep in mind, if she made 47 cents on the last one times 3, so it's just shy of 150 bucks in that 26 minutes, right? She did the 106, 107 puts. She took a credit of 32 cents in. She gave 10 cents back. 6 and 12 is 18 minutes later. So she wound up with 22 cents times 3 contracts is another $66. We'll call it $200 just to make it a nice even number. 200 bucks for the day, right? So wonderful. John said, is there much lead time into her trades? Lead time meaning from when you get the notification, John? Or I'm guessing that's what you need, what you're thinking or asking. Yes. So this alert came out this morning, John, at 8:56 this morning. Most of them will be out before 9 o'clock. And basically it's one big alert. When I say big alert, it's one text message because it comes across via text. It's one text message that comes out with all 3 trades in it. Right. And that's part of what's going to change going forward. We're going to be adding even more details to it. We're talking about managing the trade, potential entry signals, management technique, and so forth on it. So no, on this, you get it, half hour before the market opens. And Amelia really wants to check what's going on in the last, that last half hour after the economic reports come out, the 8:30 a.m. Eastern. She's watching what's going on, and they're releasing it right about 9 o'clock. You've got a half an hour to investigate it. It's coming. You got a half hour to investigate it. Every market day, you get multiple text messages, but that's the main one. There's another one that's got SPY and Q's trades in it as well. And there you go. So great job to Amelia. Another fine week for it. She always does well. She does really good over and over again, consistently. Yeah, it is awesome. Diane, cool. So there's the Trade Watch alerts, guys. Go ahead and click on that. All right, I'll take you over to Trade Watch alerts. All right. Register for a 2-week trial of Trade Watch alerts. I think that's only on the quarterly, but you'll see when you click on the link and take you in there. All right. Okay. Fantastic. So you guys had some good trades. You had some great trades. I got no trades today. Again, just dealing with what I'm dealing with. So that's okay. So from there, inflation, right? What in the world is going on? Is Biden going to fix it? He probably needs to fix his approval rating first, but that's another story. Is he going to fix it? Here's the thing. I don't know if any president has ever fixed inflation. Okay. We react to inflation. Inflation happens after X quarters of change and increase, blah, 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 whatever the technical terms of it is. The problem is it's more of a very lagging indicator. By the time we realize it's inflation, oops, we missed it 6 months ago. Right. And what really made it worse this time around was the war with Russia and Ukraine. The Fed chose to not raise rates that month, which overall I think might have hurt a little bit by not getting started sooner rather than later. Traders are much more savvy at this point. And I'm talking about big traders, not talking about the average person. The problem is there are too many average individuals trading these days. And I don't mean those of you here that have been, following the market. I'm talking about people that are jumping in because someone said, just go buy this. I get this question all the time. I mean, There's a guy that works on my sprinklers. He's a phenomenal guy. He came over last week before I had known I had COVID, but I really didn't have any connection with him. But he came over last week and he was asking me some questions of, what stock should I buy? If I had X dollars, what should I put it in? Those types of things. I get those all the time. All the time I get those questions. And I'll answer the best I can, right? Heck, I answered something on, what was it, Quora, Quora, the other day. I'm one of the experts in the market there. I answered something up there the other day of, what's the best stocks for me to invest in with the potential downturn in the market? And I said, that's a pretty easy answer. If you ain't been doing this already, if you're in Mastermind and or Inner Circle, you've seen me teach this before. And if you haven't seen me do it live, it's recorded. There's text recording, video recordings of it. But basically, you go buy SPY with your portfolio. You go ahead and you sell to open a covered call, right? And then you take the premium from that covered call and you go and buy to open a long put. I didn't have to really write long. I put buy to open. A long put. So what you've done is you've used the premium that you took in a covered call to buy your insurance policy. If the market goes down, will you lose money? Without a doubt. Yes, absolutely without a doubt. You will lose money. It will cost you money, right? How bad? Well, if the market drops 50%, which we have seen happen on more than one occasion, by the way, 2000 and 2008, we were right about 50, 60%, right about 50% each time. If the market drops 50%, you could look at the SPY. You could look at your overall between 1, 2, 3. Between those three positions, you're looking at more like a 5 to 8% drop, possibly 13%, but nowhere near the 50% that we saw here. Nowhere near. And part of that is just going to come into how well have you done with your covered calls and your naked puts. In other words, when did you get in? If you're getting in now with the very high vols we're seeing, yeah, good luck. It's going to cost you more money, right? To buy that put is going to cost you much bigger dollars today than it would have before some of the craziness with Putin and so forth, right? Out there. So, the strategy itself is amazing. I remember we talked about this 2 years ago and 2.5 years ago, maybe. Amos, I don't know if Amos is in here today. Let me see. Not seen him. So Amos was in class. One of the trainings we were doing. Let's see, Roman, you're here. Maybe you remember. Will, maybe you remember. We were talking about the strategy. And Roman was talking about he was up 60% with this strategy, right? Now, paper, funded, not funded, really doesn't make a difference to me, right? The whole point behind it was testing out that system, realizing that, yeah, man, there's a lot of opportunity to this, right? It was up about, I think it was 60%. Trader Will said, I'm using it up 30%. There you go. Right? This is my retirement portfolio, guys, is right here. This is it, right? Oh, but you got to diversify. You mean, think about this for a second, okay? The S&P 500, right? I think I've got some diversification inside of there, right? I really do, right? I believe I've got some diversification inside of there. So are there other stocks? Am I missing out on the growth of the international this and the safety of a bond fund and blah, blah? Yeah, absolutely. But go back and look for the last 100 years, what the S&P 500 has done year after year, what their average rate of return is, right? And if I can just match what the S&P 500 does in my 401k, my portfolio there, I am fat, dumb, and happy. And if I can minimize my downside risk, so in those years when we lose 50%, and remember, it's not the 50% that is the biggest concern. It is, but it isn't, right? If you have a $100 stock and it drops to $50, right? What did you lose? You might have lost 50%, right? That was that to the downside. But you know what? I need to gain 100% to get back to where I came from. Okay. So how long does it take from a stock to go that 50 to 100? Granted, you're going to have that year that gets 25%, right? In a year, but it's not the average. If you go the average of 10%, if you want to call it 10%, okay? If you go 10% and have one big year in there that you got 20%, you still need 9 years to get it back to where it came from. All right. So therein lies the issue, folks. You need to be trading from an inflationary standpoint. For me, one of the biggest things that I have done to help offset some of that, I hate the colors that they use here on Zoom. So one of the biggest things that I've done to offset the inflation there is I have shortened, right, or minimized my time in the trade. In other words, I'm doing more day trades right now than I am swing trades. Yeah, you got to start all over again. Exactly. Well, when you go from that $100 to $50 now, and here's the thing, the average market cycle, when you look at a bull market into a bear market, and in a bull market, that bull market cycle lasts somewhere between 5 and 8 years, right? Where the bear market lasts a year, right? Sometimes 2, right? You got recovery from there then, right? So now I'm talking about if we're looking at 5 to 8 years, and it's going to take me 9 years to pay it back, by the time we make the move up, is where we get the crash again. So by the time we get back to break even, we're crashing again. I'm telling you, my neighbor across the street just retired last year. And I'm going to use the word forced retirement, but forced meaning that he hit an age limit on a city job, his fireman, and he was forced to retire. Now he's very happy that he's retired. But he wanted to retire many years ago. 2007, he was talking about it. And he had all his money invested and the market crashed and he couldn't retire. I think he probably could have retired a few years earlier than he did. He just pushed it right to the end at that point. All the kids were out of the house. You know, now he just mows his lawn and drinks wine with dinner, right? As he's cooking dinner. He likes his wine. But was he in a better place? Yeah, but once the market crashed the way it did, and then, well, did you get out? Oh, I can't get out. It's gone too far down, right? So I understand it. And when you talk the words insurance policy, no, you can't buy insurance on the stock market. You can. It's called buying a protective put. You certainly can. Will said, Tony has been explaining this a lot. Peloton made 135%. There you go. On a big downturn. Yeah, there's a lot of opportunities. Yeah, guys, Tony does a great job between what he does in patterns in a flash and what he does inside of Trading You. Does a fantastic job. We get rave reviews all the time on his presentations, all the time. Right? All right. So there we are on inflation, guys. That's kind of my take on inflation right there. Okay. Yeah, exactly. No crystal ball, Brenda. Yeah, and I did tell them some of them to join the One Trade Away Challenge, Will, on Quora, but really they're trying to answer some technical questions and so forth. We've gotten a lot of people that have come to visit us because of it. So, all right. Oh, you know what? I wanted to show you guys this. So I don't know if you guys realize this is there. You know, we just get so used to, you come here, you go to the members, to the login area, you log in, and then you wind up in the members area, right? But this podcast page, I had it open from a meeting we had earlier today. I'm excited. I mean, we're up to podcast number 32 right now. Never thought I would make it that far for 32 podcasts, but we do them regularly. We've got a couple of them in the hopper now. I just need to get back into the office when I'm allowed back in there again, where I don't, put anybody at risk. But the podcast page, if you like to listen, obviously that's it, right? But here is the podcast where you can listen to it, making stock market predictions using the S&P 500. And then we transcribe the entire podcast is right in there, right? So, I mean, there's a lot of great, and that's, 10 minutes or so, 8.5 minutes is the podcast. I don't run them long. 15 minutes would be a really long podcast for us, but it's right on the homepage, guys. Check it out, right? I mean, there's so many things changing about what's going on the website. This has changed a lot. So right now, gaps, because that's what we've done recently. So there's some stuff on gaps, right? And then you've got a lot of great trainings on here, right? Here's last power hour is up there, right? And so forth. So make sure you use the resources, including the resource page. Yeah, there you go. Erica said I subscribed a while ago. Yeah, I got my mom is listening to it now. It's like, oh, I heard your podcast this week. Like, that's cool. She's got her phone and she's walking her dog and she's listening to my podcast. There's a lot of great tools on the trading resources page, guys. So take advantage of them. These are all out there to help you guys become better traders. I know all this stuff already. It's not like I need it, but it's out there for you. So just so you can take advantage of that type of things. All right, cool. So with that, what stocks do you want me to take a look at today? Drop them in. Let's go check it out. If you haven't already looked, is it that sign? It's not that sign. It's BTC. All right, let me see. I don't remember which one I drew it on. I'm pretty sure it was on this computer. All right, there we go. So, guys, we got a lot of support down here at this 35,000 level, 34,860, right? We stretched down once, we stretched down twice. We're getting some higher highs and some higher lows if this holds at this point. But that 34 is almost a 34, 35 is almost a, good luck trying to get it, right? We stretch down to it and bounce. We stretch down to it and bounce. Okay. So 38 is really that magic number. If we can get it to settle around that 38, 350 and bounce from there. And if you're looking for an opportunity to enter into Bitcoin, that may be the magic number for you. Yeah, so it's 056, Karen. Yeah, it's just the way that Omega Charts does the calculations. So BTC, right? You can see 55 is the first of the month, 56 is based on the expiration, and 57 is the most liquid. Okay, so it's like doing a continuous contract, a new contract. It's just a way of looking at it. Okay, so and it just happened to be the one that I drew the fibs on. Okay, it's going to be very similar to the way it looks. Of course, I did it on the wrong one. So the pullback and the bounce off of that 38, I think it was expiration, right? Yeah. that pullback and that bounce off that 38,350 level is what I'm looking for. Another opportunity to add. I mean, guys, we got up to about 48,000 on that run and then the pullback. Now, there's some fears right now what's going on in the market, right? Costing, inflation, all of that stuff is going to play into it without a doubt, right? Definitely going to cause some concerns there. All right. So Erica said, would you recommend buying more at the 38,350? Well, I don't recommend anything. That's first, Erica. But I use it. Oh, you're okay. I'm just busting chops. Just trying to be clear in case the feds are watching. We're not making recommendations, right? But that's a key support level. You've got to weigh that against. You've got to weigh that against the market conditions. Are we going to see the market collapse at this point? Because what's happened is not a collapse, right? What's happened is not a collapse. Yeah. So what's happened is not a collapse in there. But if you're figuring that the inflationary fears are going to drive the market down, Bitcoin is probably going to get smacked as well. There was some nice belief that Bitcoin could become a savior, cryptos could become a savior for what's going on with Ukraine, but the Ukrainians actually being able to get their hands on some money. But it also turned out that people in Russia, you know, some of the oligarchs are using it, they're saying, and I don't know, yes or no, but the president, right, let's just, you know, Biden is, you know, put a committee together to try to figure some stuff out on it and safety and all that. But I just, I think once it becomes government regulated, it's going to really regulate. It's going to become a much different vehicle than it is. But with all of that being said, Erica, I still do believe we can hit 100,000 on Bitcoin, right? And I own Bitcoin. I buy more Bitcoin, right? I like the price. So we'll see. The person that came for my sprinklers told me he bought it. I want to say 6,000 is what he bought it at his first time, right? Okay. So let's go take a look. SPY, first one in was Brenda. F5. Yeah, you're right. Well, we definitely need a new fib there. Let's see. So SPY, we're down 1.5 today with 433 as support and 441 as resistance. So you got nothing near there, Brenda. You got to be careful, right? We're not near support or resistance at this point at all, right? So it's hard to say, let's take a trade off of this when this doesn't exist. Okay, good. What do we do? 14.5 a day. Yeah, we don't need to fit it in. Right? We're getting down closer to that 236, which is hesitation. We've already moved down into a true bear. So the move up to the 441 on the fail would be the best one for me to see. All right, SPY. Oh, no, we did SPY. QQQ. Brenda was asking for both. All right, so same scenario, 334, 347. So we've got a big distance in there. We broke the 236, which is the hesitation point. We broke, retested, failed. Marvelous move down on Thursday. Just marvelous. What a great setup, right? Wish I had caught more of it. But you're in the same position right now, Brenda. You know, we don't have a lot of good. We don't have anything to work off of for support and resistance. Right, we're kind of stuck right now. So we got to be cautious there. But those are our two levels. Hope it helps. Hey, Henry, let's see. Big airplane. Let's see. Fib is okay. A lot of stair stepping going on, huh? Let's see what's our next one. All right. Bit so I could see it. We're down $2.63. So that came right off of a critical level. We were just above the moving average. We gapped down stretched up to the 182.30 and got a fail. You could have taken it right off the 182.30. You could have waited for the break between 180.76, which was, below that, which is the 8 moving average, right? But either way, today was a good setup. Assuming it hit the 182.30 the right way, it was a good looking setup in there. So I like it, Henry. Down to 172.5 is support. Hey, Trip, IBM. All right, fibs are good. All right, fib 4-step. Well, that was a nice 4-step right there. Right now we're in a true bearish bias, Trip. We're down 88 cents. The retest to the 126 and the fail is what I'd be looking for, but I'd like to see it get down a little bit lower first. That retest may not be much. And it may not be very helpful because we're not that far away yet. Oh, wait, earnings. Goodness gracious. Okay. I didn't see that. So obviously keep your eye on earnings, guys. Micron MU 121.71, Trip is the number, right? So that wedge is still drawn on there, Trip. And it took the bounce off of it today. Still in a true bear on the bias. Right? So if we can break that wedge, looking at 68.34, if you're getting the bounce, 74.5 is the upside. And then AMD, and that is the Trip Trio. So on AMD, we're down 22 cents. We're right at support, Trip. We're in a true bearish bias, spreading moving averages, the distance spreading out, which I like a lot. Break the 91.5 level on a close, and 83.75 is support. I like that a lot. I do like the setup. I will jot that one down and take a look at it later. AMD. Hope that helps. Let's see. Trader Will is asking for USB. So just had earnings come out. US Bank Corp. Well, right now we're up 2 cents, but we're in the bearish neutral bias right now. Even if you break, though, the 8 moving average, we're in the middle. It's tough, very tough. 51 is support, 53.5 is resistance. Not excited about this particular setup. MCHP doesn't mean it doesn't work or won't work, just not one that I'm getting excited over. Okay, so MCHP, we're in a true bearish bias, and it looks like we're playing around in the last 4 or 5 candles with this sideways move. 65, about a $2 up and down on MCHP. In an ideal world, well, it breaks the 64.88 with a move down to 63. Even that's a little tight. So caution there. But you could also look at a move off of the 8 moving average, which is kind of the fibit of this setup as well. Let's see. Bitcoin. BTC, Brenda, if you didn't see it, it's just BTC. And then you just got to pick. Normally, I would pick the most liquid, not the expiration. Normally, it's going to be the most liquid. I'm going to choose. All right. It is normal. So that's kind of keeping the current contract is what it is. And if you go over to TradeStation, it's @BTC. @BTC. All right. To buy it, Brenda, I just go in my Robinhood app and say buy Bitcoin. I just buy what's on Robinhood. which is where I've been buying it from lately, is through there. All right, Karen's asking for MS. Which is Morgan. So I don't know if my eyes are just deceiving me or what, but this almost looks like they're not parallel. It's just got to be the way I'm seeing it. Has to be. So we had a nice downward channel going on there. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? Let's do this. Edit this. No extensions. All right, $5, 88, too good. Okay. So 82 to 88 is 6. So we need to add a negative 136 and a 118 to this. Okay. So Karen, on MS, got a little pop today. It's up $1.35. I'd love to see the move back below the 85 quarter on a close, especially with our 8 moving average right there. And if so, 82 is our target on MS, right? I hope that helps. Oh, let's see, Will. AMD. Yeah, so Will is asking on AMD, can it be a zero line breakout trade? Absolutely, Will. Yes, good setup for a zero line breakout, but you've got earnings a little too close, so I'd be a little cautious there. Yeah, so Brenda, you put that in TOS and it gave you something else. I would just call them. Does anybody know the Bitcoin symbol on TOS? But if not, just call them. /BTC, Brenda. There you go, Robert. Will, thank you. I appreciate it, guys. Erica, it's not that TradeStation, Coinbase are bad. It's just the fees on Coinbase are high. Robinhood, I know it's built in their price and all that good stuff, but I just feel like I get ripped off every time I buy stuff on Coinbase. Still have an account with them, but don't do a whole lot with them anymore. John's asking for Twitter. All right, so on Twitter, lots happening around this, right, guys? I mean, with what Musk came out and his cash offer and all that stuff. And I saw one person today saying this is not a company trying to sell. This is a hostile takeover. And the way she said it, like she was so angry about it, like, and he's a scientist and an engineer. He doesn't know anything about social interactions. Like, oh my God. He's the wealthiest man in the world, but he doesn't know anything about business, right? He doesn't know good, bad, and different. So, and my personal belief is if he takes it private, he takes it public again later. And knowing Musk, going to be at a much higher price than when he bought it at, without a doubt. All right. So it's iffy all because of the news on this one, John. It's just, we don't know where the news lies. Is it good? Is it bad? Is he buying? Is he selling? Is he a board of directors? Is he not a board of director? Did the SEC succeed and stop him again from talking anymore? And it's just an interesting one. Let's see, BTC, lots of those. Yeah. Yeah, unless he has a vengeance to kill Twitter. You know, he's a businessman. I don't think throwing all that money away just to say, ha ha, look how I hurt you as a company is in the cards for him. Right? And I have no idea. I'm guessing, you know, as to where it all goes. But that's one of the things that I see is he takes it private, makes the changes he wants, gets his edit button and whatever else he wants to put in there. And everybody walks away fat, dumb, and happy. And he turns around and turns it public all over again. Maybe with a SPAC, to avoid some of the regulations and so forth as well. So, all right. Let's see. Elon Musk knows how to make money. Follow the memes. Yeah, you're right. I see him every day on Instagram. I think there's some political motives behind this. I don't know. Maybe. I think he's burned a lot of political bridges, unless he like partners up with a Trump or something, or tries to become a Trump and be the business person out there. But I think he can be very headstrong is not the right word. Any good entrepreneur can be headstrong. Short fused is probably the right word for it. That's probably the right word for it. So, oh wait, someone put in DWAC. I saw that. I don't know why we passed it up for an answer. Not much there. Look at the downside on it. Got to get back above 51 and maintain it before I would do anything, unless you're playing puts. Right? Then we definitely need an 882 in here. Nope, we got to split that again. So about 42 is our next support. All right. Yeah, we're good there. About 42 is our next support. So we got the push up today and the fail. 42 is the level. If you can get a small move back up again, at least another dollar up, at least get up to about 51. Not 51, sorry, 50. At least get up to about 50 and roll over. I think there's some opportunity there. All right. I made it. Did not know if I was going to be able to make it through today or not. I am glad I did. My first test. So appreciate y'all being here. Hope I got all your questions answered. With that, make it a profitable day. Stay focused on the quest to becoming a great trader. Keep crushing it. And remember, you're just one trade away. All right. Take care, everybody. Hey, there's some links that Lee has dropped in. Go ahead and grab those links. Check it out. Get yourself registered. And I will see all of you at our next update. All right. Take care, folks. See you then.